Thank you for joining us at the Technomentalist channel. Happy New Year and welcome to 2021. I'm sure we're all glad to look at 2020 in the rearview mirror. 2020 was a crazy and unpredictable year all around, and specific to our interests in the stock market. In this video, we look at some of the considerations, drivers, and other factors that should guide your investment decisions for 2021. We will start with a quick review of 2020 as it's important to understand where we came from, what will stay the same, and what will change. Then we will have a discussion of our 2021 forecast and some of the hot sectors. At the end of the video, we will build a sample portfolio and share a strategy for protecting your investments and gains. In 2020, the pandemic defined not only our life but the stock market. It affected the way we work, with remote workers becoming a necessity for corporate strategy. It affected the way we shop, with online purchases skyrocketing and many existing businesses being forced to close their doors during lockdowns. It caused government debt levels to rise around the world as they propped up the economy, the market, and people's basic income. We will have a change of presidential leadership, with Biden coming into office in January. We have hope, with vaccine announcements from more than one company. The stock market closed 2020 with optimism built in, maybe over-optimism. Bears follow out-of-control bulls, and bubbles always pop. 2021 will continue to be an interesting place for the stock market. Just as the pandemic was the overriding theme in 2020, the vaccine, balanced with a trend in COVID numbers and cases, will be the theme that defines 2021. If vaccine distribution and adoption aren't what expected, the wind may come out of the stock market sales by Q3. Company earnings should continue rebounding if the vaccine's successful in getting the economy moving, easing unemployment levels. In 2021, there are several key trends and themes. The green and climate change movement has gained traction and support from government entities around the world. There will be trillions of dollars spent fighting climate change, with the Biden admin, the European Union, the UK, and the United Nations all declaring this as a top priority. From an investing standpoint, it doesn't matter what your opinion is regarding climate change. This is an area almost certain to grow significantly in 2021. Escalating debt is a big thorn in the healthy stock market side. When will the debt come home to roost? We thought the timing would be October 2020. However, the stock market continued to climb due to government stimulus, the Fed's printing new money, hope for a pandemic recovery. There are declining fundamentals in many areas that could pose a serious risk. COVID support programs will eventually have to wind down, making for a crisis for small business, increased unemployment numbers, and higher consumer debt. There have been artificial economic stimulus packages. Has this really created a long-term economic recovery and a stable economy? The banking sector remains weak and challenged, with interest rates at historic lows. Technology stocks really led the way in the surging market in 2020. Do they collectively have enough steam to carry us through 2021? High levels of unemployment continue hurting the chance of ongoing consumer spend increases. We could expect business closures and more economic struggles. We see optimism playing out and running out of steam close to Q3. If we hit any speed bumps, if the vaccine doesn't roll out on time, if the so-called mutation changes the pandemic timeframes, if the administration throws trillions to its stated agenda and unreasonably increases debt, then we could see a correction in Q3. If you think rationally about it, our opinion is that a stock market correction is inevitable. However, the stock market may continue to be irrational. There is optimism baked into the market to some degree, and it will come crashing out if investor confidence is diminished. For the foreseeable future, many employees will continue to work from home. Many of the trends established in 2020 will also continue, such as online shopping. For this reason, a couple of the FAANG stocks and other tech stocks will likely be solid gainers. Two of our favorites are Apple and Amazon. Other tech stocks such as PayPal, ServiceNow, Salesforce, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Spotify are also ones to watch. Cybersecurity and high-tech such as Fortinet and Cisco will be two others to watch. As the year unfolds, looking at the chart, assessing the technicals, Looking at the market sector and the overall market movement will help you pick the winners here. Green technology and green stocks are sure to grow in 2021. The green and climate change movement has gained traction and support from government entities around the world. There will be trillions of dollars spent fighting climate change with the Biden administration, the European Union, the UK, the United Nations, and others that are declaring this as a top priority. From an investing standpoint, it doesn't matter what your opinion is regarding the climate change movement. This is an area almost certain to grow in 2021. Electric vehicle stocks spiked significantly in 2020 and may continue to see growth due to government incentives and laws eventually prohibiting gas-powered vehicles. Solar and wind will also continue to grow. This is intermittent power and needs to be stored off-grid when not online, so look for battery grid companies to potentially grow as well. Another sector that is sure to grow is the uranium sector. Nuclear power is now seen as a low-carbon alternative energy source and generally supported to fight climate change. Nations will average around 20% of their country's power supply coming from nuclear. This will drive demand for uranium. The economics for uranium right now point to an extended bull market. With demand growth growing from now through to 2025, coming off of a bear market with historic low prices, and having a restricted supply with companies not investing capital, not ready to produce excess quantities, these stocks may be a good bet for the next few years. We feel that a forecast for 2021 would not be complete without a discussion on cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. It can be argued that cryptocurrency and Bitcoin are not currently considered investments that are tied to a stock market or a regulatory monetary system. Some argue that they aren't real assets. However, that doesn't mean they shouldn't be considered for long-term investment. Is the latest Bitcoin price spike purely hype, or is there renewed interest in cryptocurrency as a safe haven for pandemic-driven fear, replacing gold and the US dollar as secure investments? There are definitely risks with cryptocurrency. There will be increased government control and interest in tracking and taxing your crypto investments. There's a lack of government regulations that can delay cryptocurrency from going mainstream. There are wild fluctuations in volatility without the cryptocurrency being tied to a market or mainstream currency. There are historical stories of hacking, scams, and uncertainty, even though the underlying blockchain technology is secure. With cryptocurrency, there's lots of possibilities. This could be the year that crypto makes traction, or it could be in the next 5 years. It is likely that the underlying blockchain technology sees mainstream adoption in 2021. Look for companies developing these applications. There could be tremendous upside if mainstream retailers such as Amazon or Shopify hint that there will be cryptocurrency purchases available. PayPal, Square, and MicroStrategy already have made progress in the Bitcoin space. We are starting to see some institutional investment flow into crypto through funds representing their value. Is this a sign of times to come and gains to come? There are rumors of a financial institution starting to enable Bitcoin transactions in 2021. Depending on the size of your portfolio and the level of risk you prefer, you could take a small stake in crypto for the long run. There is Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, which is a decentralized software platform, and many others. There are some ETFs that represent the value of a basket of cryptos. The true gamble is whether crypto will eventually see widespread adoption. Our opinion is that it is likely inevitable and will happen at digital speed when it does happen. Our crypto investment is a hold with smaller continuous adds and buying the dip in 2021. According to some forecasts, Bitcoin price will see $100,000 by the end of 2021 and $200,000 in the next couple years. It is currently sitting at $30,000. Long-term forecasts for Ethereum range from $1,000 to $2,000 and eventually hitting $5,000. It is currently sitting at $775. According to the latest forecasts, Litecoin could hit $500 by the end of 2021 and $1,000 by the middle of 2023. It is currently $137. I find it hard to ignore something with possible 500% returns, no matter how crazy and off the charts and high risk it is. Proceed with extreme caution. Again, consider the other stocks that we've mentioned in this video that have made progress into cryptocurrencies. Buying stocks like Square or PayPal would allow you to benefit from the work they've done in this space. There are other sectors that will be worth watching. One is biotech. These will be smaller niche plays of companies with very specific technology that can be commercialized. These will be rated as high risk, but could offer potentially superb returns. Another is online gaming. With people continuing to work from home and with the growth of online entertainment, newer gaming companies that become trendy could explode and grow significantly. A third one is 3D printing. Where it is practical and where the product can be commercialized, we think these stocks could grow significantly and returns could be quite healthy. The last one is oil and gas. Oil price per barrel is expected to rise, so you might want to consider picking companies with lower debt, stronger balance sheets, and a good asset base. Personally, we are still shy of this sector, and we will have a wait and see approach. So now let's start to build a sample portfolio. The portfolio suggestions here are based on our own portfolio coming out of 2020, our risk level, and our investment goals. Please make sure you do your own research, assess and understand your own risk levels, and understand your 2020 portfolio and what changes you want to make. The first thing we would look at is buying one, maybe two of the FAANG stocks. Our favorites are Apple and or Amazon. The next thing we look at is the technology sector. We like CrowdStrike, NVIDIA, and there are several others well worth considering. We would also continue to hold the two electric vehicle stocks that we currently have, NIO and Tesla. We believe Tesla has lots of room to grow in moving into markets like China and India. Some of their other business units are in the early phases of growth and could see explosive growth this year. NIO is like Tesla a few years ago, and we believe it will grow by multiples in the next 2 years. We currently hold both of these electric vehicle companies and will continue to over the next 1 or 2 years. Green companies and solar companies should be part of your portfolio. We currently hold ReneSola and VVPR and are looking for a battery technology company. These stocks are volatile, can be considered higher risk, but should see fabulous returns should the Green New Deal, the Paris Agreement, and other global initiatives continue to move forward. We believe uranium is entering into a multi-year bull market. We haven't finalized this portfolio, but believe you should consider Denison, Energy Fuels, UR Energy, Deep Yellow, and various other uranium companies. We are currently researching the right e-gaming companies to buy, biotech companies as opposed to pharmaceuticals, and 3D printing companies that are about to commercialize their product. This research is in progress, and we will have videos coming soon on each of these sectors. Also, if you have room in your investment portfolio, I would consider either cryptocurrency or a company that is already investing and moving towards being able to leverage cryptocurrency. So we would say take a serious look at PayPal or Square for 2021 and consider investing in Bitcoin or Ethereum. Once again, cryptocurrency is not part of your regular stock market investment portfolio. There is a lot of speculation, and we believe in the long term it will be a viable investment. So here's our tips on how to mitigate the upcoming correction. Number 1, use stop losses. Always have stop losses or sell on stops at a point where you are comfortable with the risk of losing money. Risk is personal. We can't tell you what to do, where to put your stop loss, and we don't understand your financial situation, but manage these proactively in the coming months. Number 2, buy value stocks that either aren't directly connected to the market, the pessimism, or actually do more business in the upcoming months. Number 3, avoid volatility and avoid stocks that are directly tied to market factors and performance and that are affected by the fear and fluctuations of the market. These include airlines, cruise line companies, hotels, restaurants, and other in-person entertainment companies. Last of all, number 4, pay attention to your savings and debt levels. Build up as big a savings buffer as possible to weather job losses, reduced income, and market crashes. I hope you've enjoyed this video. We understand that each person's finance is unique, and I hope you've learned something to go forward in the upcoming months. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like the video, and share. Thanks a lot, and stay tuned for more conversation.